Hey London, it's your uncle, and I just want to show you some guitar basics today. Okay, so I've got my Yamaha here. This is kind of a similar guitar to the one that you have. Okay, and I'm just gonna start off by showing you the pieces or the parts of the guitar. Okay, so this is the headstock or the head of the guitar. Okay. Then these are the tuning pegs. You're going to learn how to tune your guitar soon, hopefully. Maybe you already have, who knows. Okay? But there should be a app on your mom's phone right now that looks like this. You see the green guitar tuna or guitar tuna, like your grandma's favorite sandwiches, right? Tuna sandwiches, guitar tuna, the green and black app there, okay? And then you just hit that app, and then you might have to X out some things, but it should look like that, okay? And that's how you use your guitar tuner. You should be able to feel on your tuning pegs. If it gets harder to turn, that means it's getting tighter, okay? And that should make the tone go up, okay? So you can hear this. Huh. Oh. So I was doing it wrong. That's your E, okay? All right, so we've already gotten off track. All right, so once again, this is the headstock or the head. These are the tuning pegs. And then this part is the nut of the guitar, okay? That's going to be important for you to read your chord charts, okay? These are your frets, okay? All these bars are frets. So this is fret number 1, fret number 2, fret number 3, 4, 5, 6. It should go all the way down to 12, okay, which is right here, okay? And then you've got your sound hole here, all right? That's where all the big sound comes from. And this is the body of the guitar, okay? This is the bridge here. This is the bridge of the guitar. These pegs here hold your strings together, or anchor your strings to the body of the guitar, okay? And then right here is actually, for certain guitars, that's where you plug your guitar in, okay? But at the very least, once you get a strap for your guitar, you will hook one end of your strap to this, and then probably another somewhere to here. Some people put their straps down, actually connect their straps right here. But lots of people do it here and then here, okay? So, once again, the body of the guitar, the bridge, the sound hole. This is the neck, okay? We actually didn't talk about that, but obviously that makes sense because you got the head up here. The neck is right below the head, just like your body, and then this is your body, right? Okay? And then I think what I want to go over with you is how to read a chord chart, okay? And I think your mom or your dad could have already explained this to you, but I just want it to be clear, okay, that this area, and I label it right here, is the nut on a chord chart. This is the nut on a live guitar, but if you're reading a chord chart, this is the nut, okay? It's kind of the darker and thicker part of the chord chart, okay? And then these are frets here going across. These are the frets in real life, okay? It's the metal bar that's sunken into the neck of your guitar, okay? These lines here are all of your strings on a chord chart, okay? These, of course, are the strings on your real guitar, okay? This is your E string. The big string here is your low E. This is your high E, which is the smallest string. So they're both called E, which is interesting. But this is your big E string, your bass one. This is your high E string. Okay? And then you've got, as you can see is written here, and that actually might be backwards. It was just kind of silly. But because of the camera. But this is your low E. This is your A string. This is your D string. This is your B, or this is your G string, I'm sorry. So E, A, D, G, B, and E, okay? And this is your high one, okay? This is your low one. Also, your biggest string. Your biggest string is right here. And if for some reason the camera shows that backwards, which I think it kind of might, that's why I want you to go to your music teacher at your school, or just have your mom or your dad explain it to you, okay? But those chord charts are going to be super important, and if you can't read that chord chart, you're not going to be able to play your chords right or accurately. And if you don't do that, the chord's not going to sound very good. There's no point in practicing a chord wrong. It's just going to discourage you, all right? So it's very important to be able to read the chord chart correctly and then play it correctly. And those dots are where you put your fingers, okay? So I put my middle finger here, which is also the low or the big E string. Then I put my pointer finger here on the A string, which is the second biggest string. And then I put my pinky on the small E string right here, which is right after the second fret, right? Because these are frets here. That's the nut. This is the nut on a real guitar, okay? These are the frets, okay? And that's how the G is supposed to sound. And if I have any homework for you, I want you to look up a G chord and a C chord and a D chord. That's how they all sound together, and they sound really good together, okay? That's why I want you to learn them all together, and you practice just moving from G to C to D to C to G to C to D to C to G, okay? That will help you be able to play this. One, G, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, C, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, D, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, C, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, G, 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 G. And then you can also learn the E minor, which we went through. It's the angry chord. It's kind of a scary, sad chord. And then there's the A minor. So if I could give you some really great groupings, it would be learn these three chords together, G, C, and D, and learn these two chords together, E minor and A minor. That gives you 5 chords to learn at the beginning. G, C, and D together, and E minor and A minor. And I think that about does it. That's 11 minutes. Remember the ballet thing that I told you? It might hurt, but it's better for your finger to be like a ballet dancer on a fretboard. If you're like this, it's not going to be quite as good. It could still work. You could still hear the chord a little bit, but the more tiptoe you are like a ballet dancer on a string, the clearer it's going to be. And the more your hands are going to get used to it. That's the hardest part about being a beginner on learning a guitar is just how much it feels funny to your hands. It doesn't feel natural. But the more you learn it, the more natural it will feel to your hands, okay? I love you, London, and I hope you have a good week.